Hello everyone, a warm welcome to everyone. I'm R.HARIPRIYA, Assistant Professor, Department of Costume Design and Fashion, and I'm going to present a lecture video on fashion illustration. So in the last two videos we have seen about the different garment features. In the first video we have seen about the collars, and next week we have seen about the yokes and pockets, and now we are going to see about sleeves. So sleeve is nothing but from shoulder to the cuff portion. We have different types of sleeves and different forms in different names. Based on the uses we can differentiate those sleeves. So in this video we are going to see about the sleeves. So Sleeves has been used as a device for changing the silhouettes of the garment throughout the fashion history. Sleeves are functional but decorative part of the garment that covers the end circle of the arm. So from here we can differentiate the sleeves. They have a major impact on silhouettes because they ranges from extreme bond shouldered style in a nature tubular form. So from the tubular, which means from it seems to be a tube like form from this portion to this portion, like this we have to mention it as. So the sleeve is in a tubular form. So how the sleeve differentiates and how the sleeves plays a role in this garment silhouette, which means it can enhance the total garment. So those videos we are discussing about what are all the parts and what are all this garment features, but mainly we have to know about those parts can be used to decorate or used to highlight the wearer's beauty. So we have to illustrate those parts as to be learnt properly, and we have to know how to illustrate. So in this videos we are knowing about what are all the major notes we have to make about those parts. So if we are designing a garment, we have to know how we have to select a design, how we have to design a garment using those features, and we have to describe it. We have to know all those parts, so that only we are knowing those parts. So in the sleeve, this is a tubular form from top to bottom, from the shoulder portion, that is from here to the cuff portion we have to mainly cover. This has been described here. The silhouette is influenced by the sleeve length and by the amount of the fullness incorporated in the sleeve design. Sleeve may be of any length including cape. Cape, it is too small, it is like this alone we have. Next one is short. Short is to be here, and the elbow it is for here. And next 3/4. So this is the 3/4 portion, and next the 7/8 and long. 7/8 which means to here, and full length is to here. So this are all the somewhat the length of the sleeves. In addition, sleeves may be fitted or a full and may include a puff, bell, draped and gathered style. So here we can create the puff style. So here from here to here we can arrange it. Or bell, it seems to be a very loose fitted one. Drape, it seems to be like a cowl type. We can make it as a here. And the gathered style, which means we can create a gathering styles over the top or a bottom, wherever the designs we needed. The basic sleeve is the foundation of all the sleeve variations. So sleeve design changes are made in relations to the following reference points. So the basic sleeve is the first and base foundation for those creating different styles of sleeve varieties in a garment. So next we are going to see what are all the reference points we needed to the following points. So the cape seam line, this is the cape seam line. So from the armhole to here, it is called as cape sleeve line. Cape line, it is horizontal line joining the two underarm center corners. It is the widest part of the sleeve. Basic sleeves are also designated the bicep lines and cross grains. Sleeve cape, the upper portion of the sleeve between the cape sleeve line and the cape line. This area might be having high enough to cover the arm, shoulder, biceps and footing. The cape height can be increased by decreased styles. So there are different varieties on that. Next one is grain line. So how straight grain or cross grain, what are the grain lines we needed to design a sleeve portion. Underarm seams, elbow darts. So here we can create darts so that it can be used. Dart, this seems to be mainly to create a shapes. So underarm darts, which means to create a darts, and we have to make a neat form. So elbow darts. Next, elbow line, wrist line. This is called as wrist, and it is a wrist line. So sleeve styles. What are the sleeve styles? The classic sleeve is a sleeve found in the most traditional tailored fitted styles. It can be drafted with or without a elbow dart. It should be 7 to an arm side, where the shoulder point of the arm side ends at the shoulder tip. Thus the arm side is not dropped off the shoulder. The classic sleeve is categorized by the high sleeve cape. The higher sleeve cape is much more formal and attractive when the movement is not a prioritize. The armhole depth on the bodies could be raised slightly to provide a bit of freedom. So this is a basic part how we are going to stitch, and what are all the sleeve we have to create on that, what are all the pattern we have to create. These things has been given here. So those are types of sleeves: t-shirt sleeve, basic sleeve types, set-in sleeve or sleeve with body combination. Set-in sleeve, it is a sleeves sewn to the body's armhole. So we are here joining those two parts. This is a body part and this is a sleeve part. So we are joining those things. So it is a set-in sleeve. Next one is sleeve, and it is a sleeve bodies combination, which means the sleeve has been joined and we have cutting those parts directly without cutting those two parts and joining those two parts directly from the shoulder to the sleeve portion. It is directly cutted. It is sleeve bodies combination, mainly in the kimonos and raglan. So those two types of sleeve having this variety. Set-in sleeve types. Set-in sleeves are eased, gathered or tucked or sewed into the body's arm sizing. The varieties of the sleeve styles and the designs or modifications are possible, including the changes in the sleeve length, amount of the fullness, cape height and hemline finishes. If a changes in the sleeve length is desired, and it is made prior to the additional pattern works. So bicep sleeves, it is a different type of sleeve. These are very long and fuller at the bottom of the sleeve than at the top. The bishop sleeves are normally gathered into a neat cuff. So here it is called as cuff. It seems to be in a neat cuff. Minimum width of the bishop sleeve is a rectangular form of cape lying down. Design variation can be produced from the basic bishop sleeve. A peasant sleeve is a variation of the bishop sleeve, in which a parallel fullness is added to the create gatherness at the top and lower edges. So we can differentiate bishop sleeve within a peasant sleeve. Thank you. So here we have concluding the garment features. So we have learnt in 3 videos. Thank you.